know.
Interesting.
Where did you do you really think? It can't go on like this forever. That's exactly what I said.
Husband thinks.
You really didn't deserve that.
I can't read that.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
Those are all just rumors.
What can you tell me about the city?
Listen to me.
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses.
You should have known.
But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
I've got my own opinion about that. Sorry. You didn't get that from me. You should have known better. Let's wait and see what happens.
What are you, smart kid?
Why haven't I heard about this before? I used to say that myself.
That's what I always said.
I believe everything no better off myself. Things I can touch.
I won't tell her a
Can't rely on that.
You didn't get that from me. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
thing. And he works all day too.
Same old thing all over again.
Nobody ever asked for
If I hadn't seen it with my own
been all
eyes,
kinds of rumors.
Don't tell me you didn't know that. He never would have thought of that himself.
honestly,
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
someone's got to do the work.
Nobody ever asked me.
Nothing surprises me. I never knew that.
That's what I've.
That's not what my husband thinks.
But Enos beheld what Beliar had done. He also restored.
That's not what I heard. He can't keep any.
But that's terrible.
That will never change.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Someone's got to do the work. You don't say.
Someone's gonna do the work. I can't take care of
Hey.
everything for everybody.
Man, just leave me alone, okay?
That's what I've always said.
He doesn't see that. I can't help it.
That bastard tried to kill me.
Hey, how could that be my fault? All I did was pass on some information. If anyone is determined to step on your toes, I guess he'll have his reasons.
Someone's gotta do the work.
I need information.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Hardly knows.
What do you know about the missing citizens?
All I know is that some people have vanished during the last few days. It's especially bad down here at the harbor, they say. Maybe you should ask around here a bit. There were some cases in the lower part of the city, too. If you want to know more, you should talk to Corrigan. He has his tavern in the lower part of town. and he's likely to hear a thing or two. Halvor, the fish merchant down by the quay, might know something too. Many people frequent him.
That's nothing.
Don't tell this to anyone.
He
These are
doesn't
bad
see that.
times.
I can't help it.
Some problem solved themselves.
That's not what I heard.
It's not what I heard.
He had better shut
He simply talks too much.
It's
He had
really not
better
my
shut
problem.
Nobody ever asks me.
Hey!
It's not what I heard.
He should have known better.
Hey, you! What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down.
I only...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't the
I agree with you completely.
Some problem solved themselves.
Nobody will
Orcs
learn
are
anything
big.
from me.
That's gonna get even worse.
These are bad times.
Who said that?
You don't say.
Really? How interesting.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
anything from me.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Show me your fish.
That was quite obvious. There've been all kinds of rumors. Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Some problem solved themselves.
Minos deals out fair punishment.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Only Minos deserves it.
I know how to resolve your trouble with the militia.
And how would that be?
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants to hear your story about the militia and the fish.
And you think he can make the militia leave me alone?
At least that's what he said.
Great, thank you. I cannot give you much, but wait. I found this strange blue stone on one of the islands off the coast of Corinus. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but someone like you will certainly find a use for it.
say that myself.
It was just like you said.
I couldn't get away with that. That was no big deal.
Can't believe that.
It's a bad business. That's nothing new.
No idea. You tell me.
That's the first I've heard of it.
He can't keep anything to himself. Tell this to anyone.
Really? How interesting.
You don't have to tell me that.
And he works all day, too.
Who says
What led you into this poor area? What are you looking for here?
I'm just looking around a bit.
Ha! Then you better not be caught looking around. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city who would steal stuff from the rich people. The city guard recently turned the harbor district upside down, but they didn't find anything.
What do you know about the thieves?
Nothing. But all the citizens are scared and have become distrustful, particularly towards strangers. Don't get caught in strange houses. No one takes kindly to that. Yeah, you gotta protect yourself against thieves. A sturdy cudgel works best.
Can you teach me anything?
I'm forging a few fittings and nails and repairing iron parts. But I don't know enough about forging weapons to be able to instruct you. If you want to learn that, go see Harrod. He sure knows how to forge weapons. But if you want to train your muscles a bit, well, I can help you with that.
How much do you charge for the training?
50 gold pieces, and I'll help you to become stronger.
these are bad times? Go away, don't tell me that. Something it talks to.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
Easy, my friend. First tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell, a spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed. Even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions. I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
All right, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig. Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
better shut up.
I don't believe that. He simply talks too much. And he works all day. Go away. Don't tell me that. He works all day too.
That's an open secret.
He had better shut up.
What's new?
I wonder why the Paladins are here at all. They're holding the town hall, the barracks, and the harbor, but they haven't actually done anything so far. If they were here about the orcs or the bandits, they would have done something ages ago. There must be another reason.
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. Ha ha ha! That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
If I beat him up, I'll just get into trouble with the militia.
Down here at the harbor, no one pays much attention to brawls. But if you steal around here or mess with the sheep, you'll be in trouble.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
And how are the sheep?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. My listeners.
Now that's typical.
Hey, you!
Who says things like that?
Why are you hammering?
For days now, I've been desperately trying to fix the leaks in my house. The rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls recently. Soon everything's gonna come down around my ears.
Hey! Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
Fine, just as long as I manage to get all this repaired in time.
Hey! Could you stop hammering?
Nah, I have to finish this.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you stop that hammering.
Hey, that's very generous of you. But as to your gold, you can... Well, you know what you can do with it.
That's not what my husband does.
Everybody knows by now.
I don't believe that.
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer. You'll regret this.
Give it your all.
That's not what I heard.
That's what I've always said.
He simply talks too much. What do you want here? Go! Take your paws off that.
He can't keep anything to himself. I can't take care of everything for everybody. Really, how interesting.
That's an open secret.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Boy,
Who are you?
can't I? You but but
I'll-
you. Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Hey, you!
Can't keep anything to himself.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That's typical.
You'll regret this.
Not bad.
That's an open secret.
Can't keep anything to himself.
He simply talks too much.
Really? How interesting.
If I hadn't seen it.
Hey, you!
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your fault.
From this moment onward, Lord
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
And how are the sheep?
The sheep eat and get fatter and fatter. Just like my wife.
You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jorah. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war's been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king, but there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
Can you train me?
If you really want to learn how to fight, then go up against me. The lesson is no extra charge.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you
Hear
can
ye,
do.
inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the honorable reason now, everyone is to begin. Finish him!
Hit him!
Yeah.
Show him!
Finish him! That hit the spot.
My head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. I see you already took your gold. You could have waited until I gave it to you. I keep my word. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys don't like to see betting on fights.
I want to fight against you.
Nah. Before I go up against you again, I need a better weapon. I had to sell my sword a few days ago. With that, baby, I'm unbeatable. If you get it back from me, I'll take you on again.
Can you train me?
I keep my word. I'll teach you everything I know, provided you have the necessary experience.
Train me as a sword fighter.
Come back once you have more. You're no longer...
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the Royal Militia.
Come back. You're no longer a...
Someone's gonna do the work.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Who says things like that?
He never would have thought of that himself.
And Enos gave unto him a portion
That's an open secret.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. Don't tell this to anyone.
But that's terrible. Who says things like that?
That's what I've always said. He'd better...
Alric says you got his sword.
Who says things like that?
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to me for a few torches and chunks of meat?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Well, for you... so what? Here, take it. After all, you did help me get my gold back.
But that's terrible. Really? How interesting.
He simply talks too much. Really, how interesting.
Go away. Don't tell me that. And he works all day, too.
Go away. Don't tell this to anyone.
And Beliar spoke to another creature, but Adanos brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
Can you heal me?
Adanos, bless this body, free it of its wounds, and strengthen it with new life. But with it, the trees and animals were also washed away, and a deep sadness overcame Adanos. And thus spake Adanos to his brothers. But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Adonis, and the wrath of the gods was with them.
He simply talks too much.
You listen to the wrong people.
Who says things like that? That's not what my husband thinks.
I've got your sword.
Ah, that's much better than fighting with an old stick.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Just a second.
Take your time. I'm starting now.
Attaboy! Not bad at all.
Nothing there.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinth.
My
By the
head.
explicit order of the Honorable
Oh,
Lord Hagen,
man.
the
You
following
packed
decree
quite a
is
punch.
hereby
I see you
enacted.
already took
Due
your
to the
gold.
general
You could have
situation,
waited until I
the
gave it to you.
forest and
I keep
wilderness
my
near the
word.
city are to be avoided for your own protection.
I've got your sword.
Any
Good.
contact
I'm
with the
curious
rebelling
whether you'll
peasantry
dare to
in the
challenge me
surrounding
again.
areas is strictly forbidden.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new The bets are... Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Now for some action.
Show him!
Finish!
I never knew that.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinth. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen,
my
the
head.
following decree is hereby enacted. The security
Oh,
measures for the
man.
protection of the
You
upper
packed quite a
quarter will be
punch.
further
I see you
strengthened.
already took
The
your
guards
gold.
on the
You could have
gates
waited
are
until I
ordered to
gave it to
interpret
you.
the law in
I
the
keep my
strictest
word.
sense in order to prevent unauthorized entry.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come.
Then let's see.
Now? Yeah, that's the ticket.
Not bad.
And it's gonna get even worse. Someone's gonna... We can't keep anything to ourselves.
Ah, my head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. Here's your 100 gold pieces. You've earned them.
The following decree is hereby
I want to fight against you.
I think that should be enough for now. Let me have a short break. Come back again later. In the meantime, I'll train.
Furthermore, any contact with the rebelling peasantry in the surrounding areas is strictly forbidden.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I agree with you completely.
It's really not my problem. Will it ever change?
That'll only cause more trouble.
I agree with you completely.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
You hardly know what to believe these days.
Someone's got to do the work.
And there's more, believe me.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
He'd better shut up. That's an open secret.
No idea. You tell me.
That's been known a long time.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Will it ever change?
Nothing there.
Where'd you pick that up, then?
You listened to the wrong people.
You didn't get that from me.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
Hey, you! Why don't we go hunting together?
With two, it isn't so dangerous, that's true. Do you know anything about hunting then? I mean, do you know how to skin an animal?
Yes.
All right, but I want to see 50 gold pieces. For that, you can keep the skins and sell them to Busper. That's a fair deal, isn't it?
Here they are. Let's go hunting.
All right, follow me. Outside the south gate is a wood where we should find more than enough critters. Probably more than we'd like.
Adenos saw that this way, nothing could exist at all. No light and no darkness.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
That's been known a long time.
I already thought as much. You never knew that.
Nothing there to plunder.
Another one of those things.
We can only wait and see.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
He didn't get that from me.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I've got my own opinion.
Adenos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human. And Enos, in his wisdom,
Hey!
Yeah. That. Look.
and so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power in his realm so that he might restore it to the human if the beast should return. And Enos, in his wisdom, did so. But the light was a torment.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
And so he set himself between his brothers in order to reconcile their dispute, and he did not succeed. But there, where Adenos stood, was a place in which Enos and Beliar had no power.
That doesn't surprise me.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Will it ever change?
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I'd have gone about it
It can't go on like this forever. That's the first I've heard of it.
That was obvious all along.
Really didn't deserve that.
Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
That's terrible.
I don't believe that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Who says things like that?
Hey!
Yeah. Oh, that. Look.
Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land.
I've heard a thing or two.
I'd have gone about it differently.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
All right. So much for you, filthy beast. All right. So much for you.
I agree with you completely.
So why won't they listen to me?
That was obvious all along.
Not touching that.
That's really not my problem.
We can only wait and see.
Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
Works all day, too.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Too much. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's what I've always said.
I won't tell her.
Can you...
Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land.
That's what I've always said. But that's terrible.
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's what I've always said.
Quite obvious.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
So why won't they listen to me?
But Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take it.
Put down that weapon. See? That wasn't so hard.
He can't keep anything to himself.
He'd better shut up.
Really? How interesting.
But that's terrible.
That's what I've always said.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
From the city.
Well. Then what are you doing wandering around out here, so far from the protective walls of the city?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. For one thing, there's the bandits. They'd polish off a little wimp like you for breakfast. If the bandits don't catch you, then the wild animals in the forest or the mercenaries roaming around will take care of you. So first get yourself some decent armor before you go out. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
Why not? Here's your 10 coins.
Terrific. If you need my help, you know where to find me. But please do me a favor. Don't come to me with any trifles. I can't stand that, you hear?
Hey!
One less monster
All right.
around.
So much for you, Phil. All right, so much for you, Philp.
Nothing to plunder.
That's not what my husband thinks. Better shut up.
These are bad times.
Don't tell this to anyone. That's not what my husband thinks. He works all day, too.
And he works
Go
all
away.
day. Don't tell me that.
Honestly,
He wants to know.
I can't believe that.
Can you...
Not enough. But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return.
That's the first I've heard of it.
don't tell this to anyone.
He better shut anything to himself.
Hey, you! I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary, what's wrong?
The farmer Akil is under attack by mercenaries.
What? Those riffraff are hanging around on Akil's farm? Then let's not waste any time. Follow me.
Wait a minute.
one less
Nobody wants to know.
Now watch how this works.
You're in for it now.
You deserve that, lowlife! I'm staying out of it.
He simply talks too much. But that's terrible.
Really, how interesting. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Hey!
If... What?
Nothing to be had there. Wait a minute.
If it's absolutely necessary... The what?
Exactly what I said.
He really should have known better.
It's better to watch out who you tell.
You're in for it now.
That's exactly what I said.
And that's the truth.
No.
You're in for it now.
You're in for it now.
He really should have known better.
Don't be treated like that. You're in for it now.
Sooner or later.
Already know what I think.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Nobody ever asks me.
Now watch how this...
You just have to listen.
You're in for it now. You're in for it now.
What a silly bastard.
Thank Innos. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akil.
Poor sucker.
I've farmed this humble
You didn't
piece
even
of
have any
land.
gold
Who
on
were
you.
those people?
Those were mercenaries
I
from
think I'd better
Onar's
take this
farm.
weapon.
Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innos it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
What about a few gold pieces?
I'm afraid to disappoint you. We're poor farmers. It's just enough to live on. All I can offer you is a meal. Go to Katie and let her take care of you.
I've got to go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Hey, you!
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road.
Is there a problem?
No, everything's fine. It would be better if you left now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, everything's fine. I can't talk to you now.
Hey, Yoko, have you lost your way? Go back to your field and pull up a few turnips.
I used to say that myself.
Everything all right?
As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts. So watch your step or there'll be a slaughter.
Will you join the fight?
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruckus starts, but I'm not gonna push it either.
I couldn't get away with that.
Those cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, loyal to the king, and the mercenaries are planning to rob us. Now don't you just stand there, do something. Help us.
You don't have to ask me that.
Same old thing.
But we have to pay our contribution to the city. If we don't, we'll end up having trouble with the paladins.
He should have known better.
I couldn't care less.
Now...
You shouldn't have come here.
I'm gonna
right?
Who were those? I've got to go. Wait a minute. Have you heard anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Heard of them? Some of my own people are missing. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my fields until 3 days ago. And I know exactly that they wouldn't up and leave the farm just like that, and yet they've simply vanished and no one can tell me where they went. If you happen to find out what's become of them, be sure to let me know, will you?
What did the mercenaries want from you?
You don't know that? Onar, the landowner, hired them. They guard his farm and collect the rent for him. And that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want. And whoever can't pay gets a taste of their steel.
You know your way around this area.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where can I find Onar's farm?
Just go back down the stone steps and follow the road to the east. At some point, you come to a tavern. From there, you go farther east until you come to the big fields. That's where the mercenaries hang out.
What is that tavern to the east of here?
Ask Randolph. He knows more about it than I do. He's been there a few times.
What is there in the woods behind your farm?
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. And the wolves are the least dangerous. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there. Well, they've left my farm alone so far.
I've got to go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
wasn't so hard.
He listens to the wrong people. I can't help him.
That's terrible.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I can't believe that.
Himself.
I'm staying out of it.
Has been things.
I don't know why I get so worked up.
Things I could tell you.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
You really should have known better.
Hey, you!
Don't tell me you know that.
Well, what have we here?
Have you no manners? That's disgusting. Oh, is this filthy rabble. Haven't you a job where you ought to be? But I suppose no one would miss a down-at-heel fellow like you, hey? Well, if you had as much gold as I do, you wouldn't have to work either. But you'll never be that rich.
I see I'm gonna have lots of fun with you.
I couldn't care less.
Has been things.
That's the first I've heard that.
Do you have anything else to tell me?
Make yourself popular, never promise anything to anyone, take what you can, and watch out that you don't get into a quarrel with the militia. Or with jealous husbands, of course. They're the worst, let me tell you.
Do you have anything?
I've told you everything you need to know.
I asked you who you are.
I am Valentino, the handsome, bon vivant and ladies' man. Poor in cares, rich in wisdom and gold, and the women throw themselves at me. If you have problems, keep them. I don't need them.
I've heard a thing or two.
And he works all day too.
You really didn't deserve that.
He'd better shut up.
I already thought as much.
You don't say.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Go away, don't tell me that.
It was just like you said.
You don't say.
I've got my own opinion about that.
That's an open secret. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
And it's gonna get even worse.
I'm no better off myself.
That's an open secret.
Smart kid.
What do you
Smart
want here?
kid.
Go. See?
Wait a minute. Show me your wares. Show me your wares.
Ye inhabitants of Corinus, By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens...
That's terrible.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
Halt! No one may... Are you... Halt! No one may enter the storeroom!
How's the situation?
At the moment, it's quiet. Only the bandits outside the city are causing us problems.
That's the first I've heard of it.
What's the matter?
Don't say you didn't know that.
Who says things like that?
You're so sure.
You don't say.
That's the first I've heard of it.
And it's going to get even worse.
Nobody ever has
haven't seen it with my own eyes.
It can't go on like this forever.
Really, how interesting.
I've got my own opinion about that.
That's not what I heard.
I knew that would be a problem.
Someone's got to do the work.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's the first I've heard of it.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I knew that would be a problem.
Who says things like that?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
That's an open secret.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
You really didn't deserve that.
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's the first I've heard of it.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
You didn't get that from me.
That's what I've always said.
I already thought as much.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
So why won't they listen to me?
I don't believe that.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
That's not what I heard.
You didn't get that from me.
Who says things like that?
I've heard a thing or two.
You don't say.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Everybody knows by now.
Where did you pick that up then?
Someone's got to do the work.
I'm not touching that.
Everybody knows by now.
I know I get so worked up.
I don't believe that.
I've got my own opinion about that.
These are bad times.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
And it's going to get even worse.
I can't believe that.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
And he works all day too.
You really didn't deserve that.
These are bad times.
Where did you pick that up then?
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Don't say you didn't know that.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Wouldn't be so sure.
He simply talks too much.
I already thought as much.
I don't believe that.
Don't say you didn't know that.
He can't keep anything to himself.
But you knew that all along.
He'd better shut up.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
But that's terrible.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Don't say you didn't know that.
And it's going to get even worse.
It can't go on like this forever.
He'd better shut up.
Don't say you didn't know that.
He simply talks too much.
But he knew that all along.
Someone's got to do the work. Really, how interesting.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
That's an open secret.
I can't believe that.
He can't keep anything to himself.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
These are bad times.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That's an open secret.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I've heard a thing or two.
These are bad times. And he works all day too.
But he knew that all along. I don't believe this is gonna change.
And it's going to get...
Don't say you didn't know that.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Wait a minute.
He'd better shut up.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
He simply talks too much.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
And he works all day too.
Wait a minute. Looks like I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Doesn't matter to me. Thrash me all you want. When I get up tomorrow, I'll be fine again. But you'll have to run around with that mug of yours for life.
Do you have...
I've told you every... Just you wait, you... Never pick a fight...
He simply talks too much.
Why get so worked up?
Wait a minute.
But... Put away that weapon. Smart kid. Put away that weapon. Will you just you wait? You...
Wait a minute.
But
Will you stop it already?
oh man, my head.
Wait a minute. Do you have...
Leave me alone.
I used the spell scroll.
Fine, fine. And were you successful?
Yes, it worked.
Excellent. One small success for science, but a big one for me. Now, I can use my time to instruct you in the arts of alchemy. I could also give you some useful things if you want.
Show me your wares.
Hey!
Teach me something.
But that's terrible.
Come back once you have more.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Good. You
These are bad times. people. You don't say.
That's an open secret.
We can't take care of everything for everybody.
Tell me that isn't true.
He'd better shut up.
But the light was a torment for Beliar. All that Innos created was destroyed by Beliar. Adonos saw that this way, nothing could exist at all. No light and no darkness. And so he set himself between his brothers in order to reconcile their dispute, and he did not succeed. But there, where Adonos stood, was a place...
Can I get a drink here?
If you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this fella that he used to bump into every day, and suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Corinus is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits or eaten by wild animals. Yeah, it's that simple.
And how's business going?
Don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. Yeah, I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
And Beliar spoke to another creature, but Adonos brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end, and then early in the morning, he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
Never again shall you walk upon my land.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah, they prefer to get plastered on free beer.
What do I have to do to get into the upper quarter?
Well, you need to be a citizen of the town. Go find some work, preferably with a craftsman in the lower part of town. That'd make you a citizen. Well, and if that's still not enough, go talk to Lord Andre at the barracks. Maybe he'll let you join the city guard. They can go into the upper quarter, too.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land.
Everyone is to begin training in the skills of combat immediately, and to arm himself appropriately.
Don't tell this to anyone. Really? How interesting. That's not what I heard.
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so. But the light was a
I met Valentino.
And?
I gave him a sound beating.
He deserved it. Here. I found this ring on him when our little disagreement had been settled. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who beats him up.
Has anything exciting happened?
Oh well, all's quiet. I suppose that when the orcs come, we can't fail to notice.
And in this place, order and chaos were equal.
Valentino was unable to pay his bar tab last night. He was blathering something about having been robbed and paying me later. I was really.
And what did you do?
Well, I gave him a good thrashing. What else?
Wolves as well as sheep.
Here, take this ring.
What? I don't understand.
It used to belong to Valentino. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who tans his hide.
But so great was the wrath of Beliar that he came across the land and chose the beast. And Beliar spoke to it, and the beast. But Enos beheld what Beliar had done.
And he works all day, too.
Someone's got to do the work.
That's what I thought. Really? How
If I hadn't seen it with my own
I need information.
I never knew that.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Ulrich. He fights for gold behind the warehouse.
Is there any special work to be had around here where I could make some quick money?
Something special, you say? Go talk to Nagur then. Maybe he can help you.
Better watch out.
And he works all day too.
It was obvious all along.
Whatever.
Hey, you!
He never would have thought of that himself.
Cardiff says you may have a job for me.
Well, well. So you're looking for a special job. Okay. But we play by my rules, understood?
What does that mean?
That means you do what I say and you get a third of the profits. If you don't like it, then there's no job.
He'd better shut up.
You really believe that?
You don't say?
We're business partners, so it's 50-50.
Okay, I thought I'd give it a shot. Of course, we'll split our profits fairly.
All right, what's your plan?
You know the merchant Baltram, don't you? If not, it's time you talk to him. This Baltram has a messenger who supplies him with goods from Akil's farm. That is, he had a messenger. Until I cut his throat. And now Baltram has to get a new one, and that will be you. Your job is to get hired by Baltram and fetch the delivery from Akil. You bring it to me, and then I'll sell it on to an interested customer. He'll fork over a tidy little sum for it, and just don't try selling the stuff yourself. Have you got all that?
Someone's got to do the work.
How much will the profit be?
I can't say exactly, but I estimate around 400 gold pieces.
Where can I find Baltram?
He has his stall in the marketplace.
Where is Akil's farm?
Leave the city by the east gate. That's directly on the marketplace. If you follow the road to the right, you'll soon come to a few steps cut into the rock. Go up there, and you'll come to Akil's farm.
When should I talk to Baltram?
You can go right away. He should know by now that his messenger won't be showing up anymore.
That's not what I heard. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Well then, I'm all set.
Good. Then get on your way. But if you try to cheat me, you'll soon be every bit as dead as the messenger.
That's what I
Don't forget.
That's what I've always said. Someone's got to do the work.
Really? How interesting.
So you're looking for a job?
Sure. What's it about?
My errand boy hasn't come back, and I'm waiting for a delivery from the farmer Akil.
And how much is it worth to you?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay. Just tell Akil that I sent you. He'll give you a package. Bring it to me.
Everybody knows
It's going to get even worse. He'll take care of everything.
Everybody knows by now.
You don't say. away, don't tell me that. That's typical, isn't it? And it's gonna get even worse. That's what I always said.
Nobody ever asked.
I
He had better shut up.
You're but
would have thought of that himself.
is
That's exactly what I said.
Go.
He had better shut up.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Go away, don't tell me that.
I need in.
You don't have to ask me.
Got anything special for me to do?
I've got something for you, but that should only interest you if you're a man of versatile talents.
What have you got?
Well, Zorus, the potion vendor in the marketplace, currently has a guest, Darren the fire magician.
And?
He had a new chest made specially for him by Thorben the carpenter. They say that this Darren has bought a bunch of valuable stuff with him. But you didn't hear that from me, understand?
I'm no better off myself.
It's totally obvious.
Take care of everything right away. Who says things?
Don't tell this to anyone.
What? That is. Oh,
Don't tell me that.
you, that,
Someone's gotta do the work.
go. You,
That's typical.
where he,
Don't say. Now that's typical, isn't it? Don't tell him. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
And he works on it, too.
And Enos beheld what Beliar had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human. And Enos spoke to him, and the
It's gonna get even worse.
You're looking for a sure. And
I won't tell myself no.
That's not what I heard. You don't say.
That's not what I heard.
Baltram sent me. I'm supposed to pick up a shipment for him here.
So, you're his new messenger. Okay, I've already made up the package.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
there. Nothing to be had there.
Run as fast as you can! Run as fast as you can!
That's an open secret.
You don't say.
That's not what my husband thinks.
You can't keep anything to yourself.
Who says things like that?
And it's gonna get even worse.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Who says things like
Nothing to plunder.
That's what I've always said. I won't tell her a thing. That's terrible.
Hey, you!
What do you want?
I've got the orc weapon you wanted.
Show me. It's been a while since I've had a weapon like this in my hands. I was a soldier back in the Orc War. Those were tough times, I can tell you. I didn't think you could do it. I'm impressed.
I brought the package.
Well done. I'll see to it that I sell it. Come back tomorrow.
That's not what my husband thinks. And it's gonna get even worse.
Someone's got to do the work.
These are bad times.
Enos in his wisdom did so.
He simply talks too much.
Everybody knows by now. Can't take care of everybody.
I won't tell her anything. Who says things like that?
That's exactly what I said.
That's not what I heard.
Did you sell the wares then?
Yeah, but for less than I thought. I only got 300 gold pieces. Part of that goes to my employers, and Cardiff gets his usual percentage, plus the gold for your commission, which leaves a total of 240 gold pieces. We'll split those as agreed. Here's your part. You did good work. I've passed that on to my employers. What comes of that is out of my hands.
That's terrible.
Who are your employers?
You don't really think I'd tell you that, do you?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Now that's typical, isn't it? That's an open secret. Don't tell this to anyone. That's terrible.
You don't say.
And so he bade Enos to leave.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal.